runner Lora finds a unique way to keep up the pace despite a debilitating medical condition. Lora loves to run and nothing's gonna stop her, so run, Lora, run.
I've had to find new ways to run or let go of my running. I was with my still neurologist. Well, now let's go back to this. Have you tried running backwards? And I said, well, no, I hadn't thought of it. So I tried it, and it did give me something that was really working and a new adventure. As a runner, you try to trick your problem muscle. So that's how I became running backwards.
The negative that became a positive was Lora had to become creative and find new ways to run.
Almost always throughout my life been a runner. In high school, we were running a lot of miles, 60-mile weeks. Came in 6th in the country for cross country when I was in my sophomore year. It was 1991. I qualified, got a time for the 1992 Olympic trials. And it just felt like it was just going to get better and better.
Lora knew something was wrong in 1989 when she was competing on the Princeton track team. After runs, she would feel a flutter in her leg. Lora was finally diagnosed with this rare condition in 1995.
Focal dystonia is defined as, I believe, 1 or 2 areas of one's body ends up not getting the proper neurological connection between the brain and the muscle, and is triggered by overuse of one particular muscle. And with runners, it's very new for them to have documented it, and again, only because it's this discovery process that runners actually also get dystonia. I can feel it before one would even be able to notice it, even if one was probably looking pretty hard. Gradually, if I don't stop, it's like that on my landing, on my left. I went to a million different types of doctors, and all those 6 years never figured out really what it was until somebody just said, well, why don't you just try to go to a neurologist and see what happens. Negative that became the positive is that I've had to be very creative and think hard by staying in very, not accommodating it so much as actively trying to puzzle it out and try new things. Which is, of course, why I ended up, for instance, running backwards in the sand. Now it's becoming almost more fun, more of a puzzle than anything else, especially as I've gotten older, because I'm not a young competitive athlete anymore. So I have more mental and emotional room, I think, to accept the good things about what little running I'm able to do still. To me, the hardest parts of it were the sense of alienation. The more outreach publicly that I do and other people do as a result that I find have focal dystonia from runners, the whole goal is to build then awareness for people who have not yet been diagnosed. So it's really my focus at this point.
Lora has proven that if you think different, problems can be solved, especially for backwards runners. For incredible features,